let's kick this off. Let's introduce ourselves. Starting from my left to the far.
Sal.
Hi, I'm Zoe. I played Sharon, and I played Ange.
Questions for him.
I've got quite a few.
I hope that's clear.
I'm Ava and I played Jamie.
Excellent. As well as everyone else. And, yeah, go on to you.
I'm Ray, and I play Howie. Almost forgotten.
I'm Ian, and I played Marvin, old and young.
Excellent.
I'm very young.
Oh, I know most of you might know I'm Malty, or playing T.L. Williams, and I played Stan, also the writer and director. So let's start off. Have you got any questions?
Where
Okay. Sorry.
did you get the costumes from?
Where did we get the costumes?
Charity shops.
Charity shop.
Mostly charity shops.
Online.
No,
Yours
Although
was-
I did raid my wife's wardrobe.
Yeah.
those are my jeans and my shirt.
I got my trousers from the ballroom. This is my normal clothes actually. I just was like, oh, that would do, and you Paisley, yeah.
I mean, I had all my t-shirts. and
Yeah,
my
you're pretty
jackets.
much your normal
It
clothes.
was only
so-
it was only my blue shirt that I got from the charity shop.
Yeah.
The rest was just in my wardrobe already.
Yeah, and the same with Zoe.
Charity shops.
Yeah. Ava? Wardrobe. Okay, see, zero budget. But it's absolutely doable, I think. Great, yeah, lovely.
Where did the loons come from?
The what?
The loons. There had been bell-bottoms in the 60s and they turned to loons, yeah? The trousers, you've never had a loons.
No,
No,
you were
Flares.
wearing them,
Flares.
these guys.
Me.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Flares. Yeah. Where
They were
did yours
on
come from?
Boohoo, I think.
Boohoo?
Oh, yeah.
They're back in fashion again.
Yeah. You're starting a trend, eh?
Are you not aware of the term loons?
No, I'm not. I am now, though.
Neither am I.
Hey! Actually, who is familiar with that term?
Loons? Oh,
Loons.
yes.
I'm in loon bands.
Pantaloons.
Back in the 70s, I was in an Afghan coat and starry loon pants. In
Yeah.
fact, I think I took a pair of trousers and I think I took a pair of jeans and slipped them in Upton
You were
Baker
thinking of doing that, weren't you? Yeah.
to make them wider to produce that
In
effect.
fact, and I had a few different costume changes that we discarded, but one of them was an Afghan jacket, but it was leaking, it was molting. All over Malty's living room.
But
So
yeah,
we got
I
mad.
said you
Started
can wear it
in the 60s, yeah?
Yeah.
And there was bell-bottoms. I kept all my bell-bottoms and I still have quite a few of them, hoping they'd come back into fashion.
Oh, they are.
They are.
It was it was very hunky dory.
Yes.
You know the big white.
Yeah.
When you could get there overland. The hippie trail.
Go back to place. I think Apple, you had your hand up, and then
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
go to the far corner.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I just wasn't quite sure why Anne was a Muppet. Is she one of the Muppets?
No, basically we couldn't get any cast. I'm always asking people to join, but
I'm starting my acting career here.
yes. Ed's so great.
But that's an example of how innovative you were.
Thank you. Yeah, it was going to be a mannequin on a. What's that thing called? Is it a dolly with the wheels? I saw them in Lidl. But oh, could we do that? No, health and safety. And then you said, well, we actually were going to introduce puppetry into the mini pants we were doing, and then we're like, okay, well, we'll introduce puppetry earlier.
Wow.
Yeah, you did. Wow, did the multi-role. It was quite. You were like, how are we going to do it? Yeah.
Marvin liked her so much he married her.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And there's questions in the corner.
Yeah, I've got two questions. One is, I'm interested in the sort of levels of research you did into 1975. The other is, at least two of you were seen a couple of weeks ago performing in another play.
Yes.
So the question for them is, how was it balancing having to rehearse both things at the same time?
Wow.
It was a...
We rehearsed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We were just laughing at that.
Yeah. Yes, so Zoe and Ian, would you like to answer that? No, so you were in.
Little
You
Edens.
were in the suite. A round of applause because it was amazing. And people in the audience who were in it, and it's fantastic. Yeah, I mean,
bit hectic at
Trying
times,
to
and
remember which plays which.
yeah, what era you're in, and
Yeah, and being like, no, you're not a puppet in the Sweden. You're not a puppet. You're a girl with really bad coffers.
You were a child in that.
Yeah. But
They were
no.
both very good.
Yes, you slotted in. As you were replacement children. You both slotted in really well. Or whatever you did, you slotted. Sorry, you weren't a child.
no.
You both slotted in really well. Yes.
Not physically.
And the first question, James, was
Well, it was about
Oh, the
what
research.
kind of levels of research did you do to get the 1975-ness of it?
Without using the internet.
Right.
right.
Yeah, I did live through
Without
that.
having been there.
Yeah, I know. So basically, first of all, I was writing the script with Google. Songs that come out in 1975, films. Yeah, just like how can we put it in, and then I didn't really actually know. I don't actually know why we did the 70s. I don't know.
I keep begging you to do something with the 70s.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that I wanted to do something going back in time, but I don't of course, Back to the Future's done the 80s, you don't want to do that. And I think I just didn't know enough about the 60s. I think probably my parents kind of influenced sort of a lot of my growth, like they really liked the 70s, that's why I quite liked a lot of music. You like a lot of music, and you play it to all the time, with bandmates. So after the excellent Kiss songs, he hates Kiss. And then we kind of just checked with you really, because you're the only one out of us that can remember it.
Yeah.
So it's but I mean, hopefully we kind of did it justice. And I mean, obviously everyone has different things, different eras. But yeah, I think we all kind of, especially because I mean half the cast are really young. You all seem to really be getting into it and
really
the fashion.
Yeah, Dad, you're really young.
Excellent. I think Viv had a question.
Yeah, I was interested in the immersive style. You know,
The
is it immersive?
promenade.
Promenade style. Do you think it worked for you? I think it's actually a really difficult thing to do, and I wondered why you chose to do it.
Because no one else has really done it around here, and I want to be different. I'm always trying to think of new ways of doing new art forms. Most of all of them have been on the stage actually to date. I've been trying to explore different art forms in the bulk volume stories. So the first one we had the paintings. In the second one, when the bulk volume story was told, the doll's house reenactment. So this one was like that was the sort of art form. So I wanted to go really bigger than that, really, with the art and the style. And I thought that could be interesting. It was a worry because one, it's the Hull. So it's I mean I tell a lie, it hasn't really been much promenade done around here, but I did see a promenade Jekyll and Hyde after I'd already decided to do promenade. They did it in the Pitt Rivers Museum, and it was very good. But even with theirs, it's very difficult. Like you would follow them around, but you could be at the back of a crowd at one point, and you could be at the front of the crowd, and the act had already started before you got there, and it got lost a bit. So I was hoping that having just one open space, you wouldn't miss out too much on it. There's obviously risks as there's volume, and bless Ava, poor Ava is really not feeling well, but I've not heard her speak as loud as this today. She's really been trying, and like Sherry said earlier, obviously you're not on the stage, you've not got the projection. But I mean, how did you all find it as a sort of style, as an audience?
Really interesting.
So show of hands, I won't say prefer, but would you come and see another promenade again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Show of hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you need to provide for people who can't stand up or
That
can't
was
sit
the
on the
thing,
floor.
yes.
That kind of thing for the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yes.
I do think that more chairs available would be much more quite important because standing up at the theatre time can be
Also,
difficult.
to the hard of hearing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, volume.
If a lot of the time difficult to hear.
Yeah, it's
Probably
tricky.
because the music was sometimes too loud.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, we could all hear, so we thought, okay, it's just balancing levels, it's sort of, but yeah.
It's
it
a bit
was-
like watching the television actually,
Yeah, yeah.
because as you go from programme to programme, or even within
Yeah.
the programme, the sound levels go up and down. You'd think that television or whatever, BBC or whatever, would have sorted that out by now,
Yeah.
but no, they haven't.
No,
So, you know,
no.
you're not alone.
Yes, well, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, but yeah, you have to say
These
stuff.
were like that too, because everything was too loud and you couldn't hear anything.
Excellent.
Loud enough, quite frankly.
No, it wasn't. some of it.
Fantastic. That's interesting to know. And yeah, the seating was something. I mean, you just never can know how many people you can get, and I hope, you sort of hope people will be considerate of people that need to sit down. But this is my favourite performance space. I love this hall so much, so dearly. But it's like, how do we cater, and how do we don't know who we're going to get? So I really do apologise if there was some kind of viewing issues, but we
But
just
the
don't know
mingling,
what
the
we're going to
mingling
get.
was lovely too, because we were all moving around each other.
Yeah.
It was lovely.
Oh, good.
Great.
Excellent. Are there any other questions? Throw at the back.
How did you get changed so quickly? Because it always takes me forever to get
Uniform in the morning. I had to run round the back multiple times to do a change in like 30 seconds. So,
Yeah, I mean, how about you guys? Have you
It's just layering up. basically.
yeah, my nurse's uniform I just put over this shirt because I had to throw my shirt off and put it on.
Yeah, that's why we look so hot. Because we were so many legs. But yeah, so,
Me really quickly shoving on a cardigan every time.
yeah.
I was
What was the
swapping.
story about that? Because we wanted something. We weren't sure of the puppetry, were we? We'd understand that. I should have said at the beginning. I forgot that. Yeah, we're trying to show that Zoe's not Sharon when you're puppeteering.
Yeah, like
There's
showing the difference between me.
And so, what was
Sharon.
the original idea?
Originally we went for a cape.
It was really lovely, wasn't
You
it?
couldn't quite read what it said, and it was a bit distracting.
Yeah.
So
She wouldn't wear my lovely cape.
Painted a lovely couple.
Oh, you painted a lovely puppet.
Wow, that was amazing.
it flushed me out a little bit.
Yeah, we
So
had
we went for a cardigan
with
too.
Georgia, and I think it worked. I mean, for you as an audience, I don't know. There's puppetry again. It's different. I think it's moved on from where you have people under a table. If you've seen Avenue Q, for instance, or like Lion King, the puppeteers. Well, Avenue Q, they're just in jeans and a top, and
Just plain
they're
black
there.
clothes.
Yeah.
I think Zoe is the new Sherry Lewis.
Excellent. But kind of from your point of view as an audience, how distracting was it having the puppeteer in view? So was it hands up if it wasn't a problem for you having the puppeteer in view? That's interesting to know. So pretty much no one, not too bad.
You tried to compensate for it by saying you're in the bathroom all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Sharon.
I think the problem was that it wasn't. It was distracting in a way because it wasn't clear that this was meant to be a different character.
Right.
If there had been another actor,
Oh,
it would have
it's
probably
like
been a bit
really,
simple.
we've been great.
Simpler.
Yeah, we've been asking and
Because
asking.
when you do something like
Yeah,
that, when you do something like that, you think that it's part of the plot or part of it's makes it too important. And you think, oh, why did they
I
do
have
this? Is
seen-
that important?
I have seen extra characters introduced, and I do recommend the Handlebars. They do Shakespeare plays, and they arrive on bicycles. How they had extra characters. They had a stick through their coat, and there were characters here and there, or just the one, if that's all the extras, and they would have that one talking, and it was very clear what they were doing. That wasn't quite so clear. But
Right, good to know. I mean, I think considering we had 2 months to rehearse, I think Zoe sort of
I
did really well. And
considering I did all I could do. I mean, I tried to, if people were looking at me when I was playing Ange, I would try and replicate her facial expressions onto mine to show I'm connected to her.
And I mean,
And
professional puppeteers,
clear
it is.
I tried to make clear vocal changes between the characters as well, which may or may not have been noticed.
Willow.
I was just going to say that personally for me, I found that there was a good enough distance. You're already suspending your belief in the play enough that you can suspend it just enough to realise that the puppet is another character. When it's on their hand, that's enough for me anyway to say that this is another character.
yeah, I don't want to be critical, but
No,
I'm
of
just
course.
saying that it was more clear
Yeah.
seeing it in the way I
Yeah,
saw it.
I think there
And
definitely
also, I
can
was
be.
over there and maybe not seeing well, so I.
No, it's
Not
just
wanting
interesting
to be
because
critical.
our
It's good.
intention to use a puppet in the future, and it's good to sort of know what works and what doesn't for puppeteering. Yeah. Esther, any more questions?
I've got a question for
Yeah.
Ange. I'm sure I've seen her in Sesame Street before. Are you sure this is your first debut, Ange?
Well, I'm not really supposed to talk about that.
And a bit of a micro celebrity. Any more questions? I think someone else had a question for Andrew. Or was that? Is it Ellie?
Oh.
You've got shy.
I've asked that question as well. We were talking about it.
Excellent. Are we all questioned out? Ready for the raffle?
Yep.
Hooray!